Nobody in them roads really cares about you. When you're gone, and you will be gone when you're in the graveyard early. Maybe you're a lucky one and you'll only get 20 in a cage because you're out here with your big guns shooting people and don't care about no fence, and no one would dare snitch on you. You're sorry for what you did.
I'm very remorseful. I'm very sorry for what I did. But, you know, I ain't got a magic wand. I can't change nothing around. All I can do is repent and move on with my life, which I have done and do now.
Okay, but then when you're sorry, are you sorry for the time you've lost, or are you sorry for the family that lost their son?
I'm sorry for everything. I'm sorry for all the victims, all victims. I'm sorry for the deceased. I'm sorry for his family, his children, the community, the police, the nurses, the doctors, everyone who was involved, the local shopkeeper, the local schools, the youth who are growing up nowadays, because I haven't been a good role model, and I believe I was part of the problem of what's going on now. How can you look on someone who don't know you from nowhere and you just want to kill him for no reason at all? No reason at all, and that's how the judge wins. You know how the judge wins when you go to court. I've got to be blunt with this, like with young black guys. It's like you go to court. You kill someone, you go to court, the judge says, alright then, one's dead, I'm going to lock one up. Who's one? One's dead, I'm going to lock one up, but one's dead, I'm going to lock 5 up. Who's one? See, we ain't got no one but ourselves to blame. You know, it's deep. We've got to come out of the way of thinking the mentality of, that's my estate, I own that estate. No, you don't own that estate, the council owns that estate. You don't own that block, the council owns that block. What you got to start doing is getting some money and buying property, by getting a mortgage and buying a house. Then you own that house, then you own that garden, and then you own somebody. There's more to life than the estates. And I've got nothing bad or nothing to say nothing about people living in the state. That's where I'm coming from, and that's where everyone's coming from. But I just want the youth to try to understand. Yeah, it's not just about a corner, not just about a block. There's more to life than a block into an estate. And to kill a man over a block, over an estate, is a sad situation. It's sad, but it is what it is. What I went to jail for was drug-related crime, to do with selling and buying drugs. At the time I was young, I was aggressive, I was boisterous, and I believe that violence solves problems. So any issues, anything I had, I was solving with violence. I went on the drug deal, and unfortunately I ended up pulling the trigger, and I took away someone's life.
Reap what you sow. At the end of the day, you've gone through a lot in the last 20 years. And there's a lot of young youths out here that should get this message and understand, listen, you're not built for what you've been through. But at the end of the day, do you find it a blessing that you've had the choice? Because the guy at the other end of that gun, he never.
You know what? I'm blessed to be here, and I thank God for that I'm here, first and foremost. But talking about the guy who, at the other end, didn't have a choice. No, he didn't have a choice. I was wrong to do what I done. And, you know, God gives life, and no man should be able to take life. But, you know, it is what it is. It's happened, as I said, and I've moved on from that. I'm a new man, I'm a new creation. I just thank God for my life every day.
Let's get on to that incarceration. So tell me what the first thing was when you heard the judge say that you're getting 20 years. What was the first thoughts that went through your mind?
I thought my life was over. That was it, mate. That's it, mate. You get 20 years. Life recommendation to serve 20 years. That's it, your life is over. There's nothing there. I mean, at a young man at the age of 22, at the time, I couldn't see myself like 42 or 43 being out here on the streets again. I couldn't see it. It's too long. I'll tell you like this. You know, there's been many nights I've been in there, I've been in jail, and I've looked out my window and think, you know what, when is this going to end? Like after being in jail like 5 years, you know you've got 15, 20 years left, and you look out that window and the sun's shining and it's a nice day, early morning, you look at it, you know you're banged up, you know your family's out there, you know your girlfriend's out there, your children's out there, your mother's out there, and you think, when is it going to end? That's when you start regretting it. You might not regret it when you've done it, You might not regret it a year later, might be 5 years later, it might be straight away, but there's going to be a day when you're going to regret the action. But you have to take responsible for your actions. That's why think before you act. Trust me. It takes a second or 2 seconds to pull that trigger, but that 1 second or 2 seconds can be the rest of your life in prison, which is not worth it. There's many youths, many grown men sitting down in prison thinking, if, buts, it's too late. We're in front of that judge and he finds you guilty, if and buts go out the window.
Personally, I feel that people out on the roads, they don't realise like reality doesn't hit them until they go to jail or their friends die, but it can be difficult out on the roads. It's hard because people will stereotype young people and say like a young black male or a young white male can't do this and can't do that. So to be honest, it's vice versa. It works both ways. I believe that if you really want to do something with your life, you can do it. Like, make it not be through college, just work your way up and do different things. Run up your own business, anything you can do. I mean, there's a lot of networks out there that can help young people, but it's all about you having that mindset to say, yes, this is what I want. I don't want to be on the roads, because the roads, you're either going to end up dead, in jail, or limited to the amount of things that you can do. And a lot of people, when they go jail, reality really hits them. I mean, you might not go today, tomorrow, could be next year, but personally, I don't think it's worth it. And I think the young youth of today need to open up their minds and realise that it's not worth it. Don't be a sheep, be a leader, because at the end of the day, if you're in jail, your friends are going to forget about you. They're not going to remember you next 10 years, next 5 years. They're not going to care about who you are. They're out here on the road doing their thing. Yeah, so I just think it's about you being a person, because your friends are not going to get you to where you want to go. And half the times, your friends are not your friends.